Hi everybody. Today I am doing another little story video. Alright. Um, and this is just I don't know what to call it. I guess just like a fairly funny moment with my seminary teacher. Um, in 10th grade. If you don't know what a seminary teacher is, it's a teacher that kind of teaches you about just like God and all that, just Jesus Christ and all that stuff. Because my parents believe in it, and they forced me to take the class even though I don't personally believe in it. So they forced me to take that class, and I didn't care really because you don't have to do anything in it. You don't get a grade from it or anything, so I don't even worry about it because you don't even get any credits for that class or anything. But yeah, and so this was my very start. It started out my very first day of school. Okay, and I was the new shy kid, and I was trying to make some new friends and all that. So I went into the seminary one day, and the first day, and it was my fourth period class. So after that class it was over, I'm done with school for that day. I'm out, and so I come walking in. I sit down. I I try to make friends, so I talk to the person I sat next to, and we instantly hit it off. We become great friends. Um, and yeah, for some reason we'd always do this. It was stupid, but yeah, this part was stupid, but I find what the end scenario is fucking funny. But so basically, we would sit there and under the table just slap our legs just to make it sound like, you know. Um, and Eventually, we got in enough trouble to the point where I got moved into one corner of the room, and then he got moved into another corner of the room. And I'm just like, whatever, fuck it. So either sometimes I would still just slap my leg and all that, and sometimes we would go more into it and just bring in groaning sounds, just like, ugh. It was awkward. It was very weird. And I feel bad for absolutely everyone who was taking that class for real, and we're just fucking ruining it just because. But it's a hilarious story. My preference, I think it's really funny, and some of my other friends do too. They think it's hilarious. But so after that, then then after that, either this is what I would do after when we got moved into different corners of the room. It would be okay. So either I would just stay on my phone the whole time and just text my friends or whatever, or sleep, or that's about it, or just goof around, and rarely actually pay attention. But that was like one in a million chance, so it rarely ever happened. So basically, after that, then eventually it takes after like 3 weeks pass of just me doing that. Uh, I get into class early, and I'm starting to catch up on some Z's, just falling asleep. Start trying to fall asleep. Just put my head down, put my head in my arms, and just try to fall asleep. And then like maybe like 3 minutes pass. The class is not started yet, and my teacher, let's just call him Mister Johnson, okay? Mr. Johnson, he comes over and just taps on my shoulder, okay? And I'm just like, I wouldn't successfully fall asleep yet, so I was just kind of look at him, I'm like, what? And he's like, hey, Jane, can you come talk to me out in the hall? I'm like, sure. And you already know this. Whenever you hear that, that's never good news. When they're trying to vacate you out into the hall to talk to you for a second, you know that it's not going to be working out well. And basically, then he takes me into the seminary, like, principal's office, I guess. That's what they called it or whatever. Well, that's at least what I called it, basically, just like the person that just kind of runs the seminary building and all that. So I just call it the seminary principal's office. But so basically, what happened is I sit down and I start talking with the seminary teacher, with Mr. Johnson, and basically then we're just sitting here talking. He's like, "Hey, do you like taking this class?" I'm just like, "Yeah, it's okay." Do you want to keep taking it? Yeah. Do you believe in God and all that? And I'm just like, yeah, I do, even though I don't. I just tell him I do, and then he's just like, but the thing is, okay, we're gonna have to take you out of the class if you do not stop pretending to masturbate in class. And then I was caught completely off guard when he said that to me. When my seminary teacher, the one that teaches me about God and all that, like, it's like, because obviously he's still gonna talk, yeah, he's still like, well, obviously, that's kind of how humans are, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but, like, he's obviously very capable of that stuff, but, like, you don't picture your seminary teacher saying that to you. You don't, like, yeah, you don't, and then, to make matters worse, is I'm trying to bullshit my way through this, like, that's the thing, is I'm pretty good at bullshit, just bullshitting my way through stuff, just lying, and that's how I got through my grandparents' houses, that's how I rolled, fucking lying all the time, but I don't lie really much anymore, except in school, that's the only time I ever lie, but you shouldn't do it, obviously, but, and to make matters worse, he like starts doing like a little demonstration. He's like starts slapping his leg, and I always wore gym shorts, so it was very easy to do it. So that's why, in case you're wondering, like it would sound weird with jeans over. Um, but then just to make matters worse, he's like you're, and then he just like in the middle of it, he just started going like, oh, oh. My seminary teacher, he's sitting there making that noise while pretending to masturbate, and it was so hard not to laugh, but like I already had like an excuse set up, and I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm completely sorry, like that's not really what I wanted it to sound like. I really apologize, I'm really sorry, actually. And the thing is, like, I already had a bullshit lie in my head, and basically, like, this wasn't a really good one. Okay, this was not a very good one. I was gonna, if he was like, oh, then what were you doing? I was gonna say like, oh, I was doing it like a beat of a song or something like that. That's been stuck in my head or something stupid. I don't know. That it was like just what the very first thing that came to my mind, just to try to squeeze my way through it without him bugging me. And if he said, like, oh hey, but what's the song called then? I'm like, that's the thing, is I do that to try to help me remember what the song is, and yeah, I apologize, like, yeah. And after that, then he's just like, whatever, whatever. And then after that, he just takes me back into the classroom, and I, I was like, I just loved it. Oh, it was hilarious after that. Like, what, just, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was just so fucking funny by my preference. Like, I've had a couple of friends that told me it's funny too, but they have my sort of comedy. Like, you guys might not find it funny because I know some people don't find those people that, like, are disruptive in class and all that not funny. Like, I completely get that. But that's just kind of what I find funny. Like, I find actually getting in trouble funny. I find that kind of shit funny. That's just my sort of comedy. But obviously, everyone else has their own comedy. But yeah. And I instantly told my friend that I used to sit next to, well, ex-friend. I don't like him really anymore. Um, but yeah, so that's about it. Uh, yeah. All right. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.